Amazon has just acquired a company that makes humanoid robots, not for its warehouses, but for your home. And the robot in question dances, picks up toys from the floor, and already has Disney as a client. This is not science fiction. It is a piece of news that came out just a few hours ago, and that could forever change the way you see the future of your mornings at home. The company that delivered more than 1 billion packages to your door now wants to place a robot on the inside of it. What is behind this acquisition, and what it reveals about Amazon's silent plan to dominate the most intimate space of all, is what you are going to discover right now. Before that, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. This way, you will stay up to date with the latest news from the world of robotics. Amazon confirmed this Wednesday, March 25th, 2026, the acquisition of Fauna Robotics, a New York-based startup founded in 2024 by former engineers from Meta and Google. The deal, initially revealed by Bloomberg, did not have its financial value disclosed, but the symbolic impact is enormous. For the first time in its history, the e-commerce giant is buying a company whose product was designed exclusively to live alongside people inside their homes. Fauna Robotics is the creator of Sprout, a bipedal robot 42 inches tall, about 1.07 meters, that weighs approximately 50 pounds, 23 kilograms, and was developed to be, in the company's own words, accessible and human-friendly. Unlike the more than 1 million robots that Amazon already operates in its distribution centers, machines designed to load, sort, and transport heavy volumes, Sprout belongs to a completely different category, that of robots that need to coexist with children, the elderly, and pets in uncontrolled and unpredictable environments. The approximately 50 Fauna employees, including its founders Rob Cochran and Josh Merrill, will join Amazon in New York. The startup will operate as Fauna Robotics, an Amazon company. Amazon's official statement says a great deal about the strategic direction of the purchase. A company spokesperson said they were excited about Fauna's vision of building capable, safe, and fun robots for everyone, and highlighted that, together with Amazon's robotics expertise and decades of experience earning consumer trust at home through retail and devices like Alexa, the company is excited to invent new ways to make customers' lives better and easier. Fauna Robotics raised at least $30 million during its short existence, with heavyweight investors such as Kleiner Perkins, Quiet Capital, and Lux Capital. Sprout began being distributed to research and development partners in January 2026. Among the first clients are Disney and Boston Dynamics, a robotics company that is a subsidiary of Hyundai, which, curiously, places two competitors in the role of clients of the same platform. Amazon's history in robotics begins in 2012 with the acquisition of Kiva Systems, which became the backbone of its warehouse automation. Since then, the company already maintains more than 1 million robots operating in its distribution centers in the United States. But attempts to expand this expertise to the home environment encountered serious obstacles. The Astro robot, launched in 2021 as a wheeled home assistant, failed to achieve large-scale adoption. And in 2024, Amazon had to abandon the acquisition of iRobot, manufacturer of the famous Roomba robot vacuum cleaner, in the face of antitrust regulatory pressure in the United States and Europe. The acquisition of Fauna Robotics, therefore, is not just another corporate purchase. It is the third attempt by one of the largest business groups on the planet to enter the domestic robotics market. And this time, the bet is different. Instead of a robot on wheels, Amazon is betting on something that walks on two legs. What has changed, and why this specific moment seems to be decisive, is what we are going to explore now. To understand what Amazon is buying, it is necessary to understand what Sprout really is, and, most importantly, what it is not. Sprout is a small, lightweight humanoid robot with a soft exterior to the touch, designed to be safer than conventional humanoid robots. The robot has a rectangular head, walks on two legs, and was built to fit into social spaces such as homes and schools. With its 23 kilograms and just over a meter in height, it does not carry heavy objects, but it can dance the twist or the floss, pick up a toy block or a teddy bear, get up from a chair and take a walk around the room. More than a domestic robot for immediate use, Sprout is a development platform aimed at researchers. Fauna markets it as a software base so that developers, academic laboratories, and companies can build applications and test robotic behaviors in real environments, not in controlled factories, but in student bedrooms, living rooms, and school hallways. Although it has built-in movement, control, and social interaction behaviors, users need to develop their own applications on top of this base. The price of $50,000 makes it clear that the product is not aimed at the average consumer, at least for now. It is a research tool, not a home appliance. But that is exactly where the strategy lies. Fauna's CEO, Rob Cochran, is a former engineer with experience at major technology companies. His co-founder, Josh Merrill, has a background in machine learning applied to physical movements. Together, they started from a premise that most robotics companies ignore. Before placing a robot in people's homes, it is necessary to build the software infrastructure that makes it possible. Sprout is, in essence, a portable laboratory, a platform for developers around the world to discover what a compact humanoid robot can do usefully in a real home. The robot is autonomous straight out of the box and is capable of navigating the environment, detecting humans, using its hands to interact with its surroundings and conversing with people through dynamic expressions and dialogues. There's a technical detail that sets Sprout apart from virtually every other humanoid robot under development in the world. Its design prioritizes physical safety above all else. Fauna designed the robot to be lightweight, have a soft exterior, and minimize so-called pinch points, articulated parts that could trap fingers or hurt children. This philosophy is completely opposite to that of industrial robots, which were built for strength and speed in environments where humans are kept at a distance. Amazon said it is taking a well-planned and careful approach to truly understand the potential of personal robots. The company also stated that it is eager to learn from the creator community as they use Sprout, and that Fauna will continue to pursue new business as it does today. This suggests that the acquisition is, at this first moment, more of a bet on the team and the development philosophy than an immediate plan to launch a robot on retail shelves. This is the second robotics acquisition made by Amazon in March 2026. A few days earlier, the company had purchased River, a Swiss startup that develops four-legged robots to assist delivery workers in the last mile, the journey from the sidewalk to the front door of the residence. Together, the two acquisitions form a revealing mosaic. Amazon wants to control not only what arrives at your door, but what happens after that door opens. From an economic and social point of view, Amazon's entry into the domestic robotics market represents both a concrete threat and a genuine opportunity. The most immediate risk is for domestic service and care workers. If compact and accessible robots learn to perform basic tasks, organizing objects, assisting the elderly, monitoring environments, the impact on jobs such as cleaners, caregivers, and babysitters could be significant over the next decade. Not instantly, but gradually and silently, exactly as happened with automation in warehouses. The difference is that this time the stage is your living room, not a distribution warehouse. On the other hand, Sprout opens a new frontier for developers, startups, and researchers who until now needed extremely expensive industrial robots to test their ideas. With an open and accessible platform for experimentation outside factory environments, Fauna, now part of Amazon, can accelerate decades of applied research in domestic robotics. For those working in healthcare, special education, interactive entertainment, or assistive technology for the elderly, the arrival of a small, safe, and programmable robot in the hands of hundreds of laboratories around the world could mean the emergence of applications that have not yet even been imagined. The acquisition of Fauna Robotics generated immediate reactions in the sector. Robotics experts have highlighted two central aspects: the timing and the philosophy behind the product. Industry analysts point out that, although the widespread adoption of robots like Sprout should still take about a decade to consolidate, when the technology matures and costs fall, Amazon is acting at exactly the right moment to build the software, infrastructure, and developer base that will make this adoption possible. In other words, the company is not buying the final product. It is buying the ecosystem that will generate that product. There is also a delicate issue regarding privacy. A humanoid robot that navigates through your home, recognizes objects, detects humans, and converses with residents inevitably collects an enormous amount of data about domestic life. Amazon already operates Alexa, the voice assistant present in millions of homes, and has a history of regulatory challenges regarding how it uses the data generated by these devices. A robot with vision, microphone, and environment mapping capability represents a qualitative leap in this level of monitoring. Privacy advocacy groups have already begun raising this flag, and it is reasonable to expect that regulators in the United States and Europe will closely follow the development of this product. As for the competitive landscape, Sprout occupies a niche that, until now, no other humanoid robot had adequately filled. 1X Technologies, with the Neo robot, is the competitor that most directly positions itself in the same segment as Sprout. Neo was the first humanoid robot to begin deliveries to residential consumers in 2026, with a price of $20,000 or $499 per month. It is cheaper than Sprout and also geared towards light domestic tasks. The difference lies in the approach. While Neo is sold directly as a consumer product, Sprout is, at this moment, a development platform, which means that its evolution depends on what the developer community builds on top of it. What Amazon brings to this equation is something that none of the competitors have: distribution scale, an incomparable database on domestic consumer behavior, and decades of experience in building trust with the end consumer. Apple, Meta, and Google have also shown interest in the domestic robotics market, but none of them have yet made an acquisition in this segment. Amazon got ahead, and did so deliberately, buying not the most spectacular robot, but the safest, the most accessible for developers, and the one designed to coexist with humans of all ages. The acquisition of Fauna Robotics by Amazon is more than a corporate transaction. It is a signal that the race for the domestic robot has entered its decisive phase. By absorbing a startup of just 2 years, with 50 engineers and a robot that dances and picks up toys, Amazon is declaring, loud and clear, that the next technology battleground is not the cloud or the mobile phone. It is the living room. The company that redefined retail, logistics, and digital entertainment now wants to be the first to place a reliable, safe, and connected humanoid robot inside the homes of billions of people. And unlike previous attempts, Astro fell by the wayside, the iRobot acquisition was blocked. This time Amazon is building from the right side, through software infrastructure, through the developer community, and through a product small enough not to frighten anyone. Whether this strategy will work, time will tell. But the question that remains is, would you let an Amazon robot roam freely around your home, knowing that it can see, hear, and map every room? Leave your answer in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. This way, you will always receive notifications of new videos. See you next time.